So this is part 3 of how you put your book together. This is the 3rd signature, and I've made a new guide with holes in it. The guide is the height of your page, and then I've measured it on here to actually match those ones that you saw on part 1 and 2. But I sewed it into the book on the first one, which you don't do. I've covered up this photo because my granddaughter wouldn't mind being on the video, but maybe her friends would. So what you do is you tap the pages together so that they're all even that way, and then I put them on the book here, the phone book, and get some clips. Make sure they're not on a photo because I don't want to damage the photos. I'll just pop that out. There is a photo there, but because that paper clip's on it, the paper clip might mark it. Just make sure that that one's off that photo there. Now once they're clipped together like that, it doesn't matter if they fall open because they'll go back to where you want them to be. Then, oh, that's the one that I wrecked. So, get this other one. Things happen. So you line it up so it's in the center of the whole thing. Then you can push it down into that crease in the. And then what I do is just put a little dot, little dot, little dot, so I can see where I'm going to put the needle through, or the awl through. So then put it like that, get the awl and stick it through. You can see it comes very nicely through on that crease there. And then what I do is I move it. I'll show you what I'm doing from this side. I move it around and round like that, so it makes the hole big enough for the needle and the string that I'm using to go through. In through there. This is quite tough to work with because it's card. When you're doing one with just paper, it's probably easier to do. Goes through. See how nicely it is on the, how nicely they are on that, on that crease, because you're doing it in the crease of the phone book. Just put that on there. It's not really needed now because the holes are there. Right. And then we get, I've already got 2 signatures in here that I showed you first, and then we get this one, pop it on there, and you can see it nicely lines up with those holes. So what we're going to do first is get the string. I'm doing this one with string, but you can do it with ribbon, and like I said before, I make it 3 times the length of the book I'm using. That gives you, I'm only cutting it off and knotting it, but it actually, that length gives, it's long, you might have some to cut off, but it gives you enough to tie a bow if you're doing a fancy one with ribbon. So then what we do is you start in the middle one, you go through the middle and through the middle one on your backing paper and pull it through. I'm leaving about that long. That's, see, that would be tight enough to tie a bow if you wanted to do that. And then you go from the middle up to the top. There's the top one. On the other videos, you've got a beautiful view of my dyed hair. dear, Laura's leaning over. It's very, very red at the moment and a bit fiery and blonde tips in it, but I love it. So I like anything that's a bit different. But it looks so like my head's on fire. So then you go from the top down to the bottom one. Right. So we've got one long one. So you go the middle, the top, then right down to the bottom one. And then you go back through, whoops, the middle one again. Doesn't matter if it loosens up like that because you're going to pull it tight anyway. Sometimes it's a bit hard to get it through this last one because you've already got string or ribbon or whatever you're using. Oh, and what you want is one each side of that string in the middle, but at the moment it's going both on one side, but that doesn't matter because you can just go underneath, so you end up with one on each side of the string like that, and then it holds that string down in the middle. You can actually take these off now and pull these up so they're tight. Just take that off and check it that it's tight by flicking the back here. See how it clicks? That's really, really tight. Look at the shading on it, it's lovely. So if this was the outside of your book, you can do it straight through the spine, but this way I'm showing you, this will be hidden inside, which is a bit of a shame because it's rather pretty. So then I'm going to do my little knot that I learnt in Brownies. My husband says it's a reef knot. I didn't know what it was called before. So I go right over left and under, pull it, and then left over right and under, pull it. And then what I'm going to do, like I did with the other ones, is just tie a knot in this and fray it. You can, if you want, tie a bow, but to me the bow doesn't look right in this book. So if you're using ribbon and whatnot, might look better. So then when you look at it, they're beautifully evenly spaced. And this is ready now to put into the cover, which I'll show you on another video. So I hope you enjoyed that. Bye. Oh, I might show you who's keeping me company today in my art room. Hello. Hello. You pretty pussycat, hey? She sort of gets lost on the black chair, but you can see because the white's there. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Leave me alone. I want to go to sleep. Bye.